All right, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of feel like Geraldo Rivera right now. We're going to do a big reveal.
I'm Geraldo Rivera, and you're about to witness a live television event.
I was on the phone with Mike a little while ago, and he said, did you ever see what was up in the crawl space? It's like the attic of the loft. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, well, you pull that board away, and I think we stuffed a bunch of random sheets of plywood or something up in there. I can't remember. So Joe and I are like, oh. So here we are. Either it's a bunch of like old 2x4s or it's gold bars, right? So we just thought we'd bring you along and we'll find out together.
Now, what, if anything, that vault contains, we don't know. This is an adventure you and I are going to be taking together.
Oh, man.
Can you see in there all right?
I think so.
Look at all the insulation for 2x4 walls.
Oh, nice. That's a lot of money in insulation right there. Couple old barrels we could convert into flower planters.
Some foam board insulation.
All right, no gold bars.
It seems, at least up to now that we've struck out with the vault, I'm disappointed about that, as I'm sure you are.
But with the current prices of building materials, that insulation's pretty nice. Yeah. There you go. It's random.
Super random. I am shoveling snow late into the evening. We've had dinner. It's almost 8 o'clock and the snow is the softest and slushiest at this point in the day. So what I'm doing is digging out a spot to where we are going to put our solar panel array. I had a spot picked out and I sprinkled ash over the snow and it melted down, man, a good 3 weeks ago to the ground. And I decided I didn't want to put my solar array there. That's over closer to the front of the lodge. You know, it's a good spot. It's a good hillside, good south-facing slope. But I determined that I didn't have enough room to put my entire solar array without blocking our garden or shading our garden or blocking a good view from the lodge windows. So thankfully, I got enough cable to run from my solar array to the charge controller before we couldn't get to town anymore. So Zach and I ran a tape measure and determined that we could run it up behind the shop here on this little hillside. Again, with this, we have great southern exposure. The snow doesn't get terribly deep on here because the wind blows it away pretty good. And at the same time, it's somewhat protected from some of the harsh winter winds. So I am almost done. I'm digging out about a 25 foot swath by like 8, and that should give me enough room to work, dig some post holes, get my posts in the ground and get this thing going sooner than later. We still have 3 to 4 feet of snow on the ground. It is May 5th. And I'm tired of waiting. We've just been having beautiful sunny days and we could be getting power from this thing. So I need to get these solar panels up and operational. So I'm digging snow. That's what I'm doing. All right, I better get back at it.
May 9th, and fingers crossed that this is the last time that we're hauling water off the lake for the year. And perhaps the last time we have to haul water off the lake for a very long time. We barely have enough snow for the snowmobiles to cruise on. Joe and I have had to make an artificial track with shoveling snow from there and putting it here because it's melting down to grass, which is a good thing, but we still got to haul water at least one more time. All right, Joe's not super confident that the water hole is safe. Safe enough for body weight, but maybe not safe enough for... Yeah, our pack trail right there is still nice and firm, but maybe not firm enough for hundreds of pounds of water in the totes. Oh! Did you get soaked above your boot? It, crunching through a top layer of overflowed, like a crusty layer. All right. There we go. We should be okay. When this happens, this time of year, we will unhook the snowmobile from the sled. In case the sled gets too heavy and actually breaks through, it won't take the snowmobile with it. All right, he's waving me up. Let's go. All right, we got the pump sucking water out of that tote. Loading up a holding tank in the lodge. And we got Joe's house filled up. The trail is sketchy. Out here working. Joe marked where we need to dig these 4 holes for solar panel, what do you call that? The frame supports? Or the frame? Let's just call it the frame.
The solar panel array, the frame.
This got 4 holes going on. We want to try and go about 4 to 5 feet deep, and we keep hitting rock at about 2.5 feet. We were making really good time until that happened. That's a bell ringer right there.
Oh man.
All right, well, just a little update. Working in the nice weather, melting snow fairly quick.
Hearing the birds chirping.
Yeah, the sparrows came back last night. There we go. Still looks like winter everywhere else. Hey, there's an Emma over there. Oh, man. Did you catch that? They're so elusive. All right, back at it. All right, Joe and I have the bar, the post hole digger, the sledgehammer, but we also broke out our auger. That is our tool that we are going to try digging our well with, and it is working amazing unless we hit a rock.
These rocks are not going to go into here.
It ain't gonna go, yeah. So it's all fine and dandy if you can get in there with a post hole digger for the first 4 or 5 feet, but after that, yeah, we're a little nervous, but.
All right, what are you up to, Chloe?
Putting springs on together. Yeah, we're putting the trampoline together and we're putting on the springs.
All right, everybody's helping out. We still have a bunch of snow on the ground everywhere.
But we're putting up the trampoline anyway.
That is true. Let's get it going. This is one of the only bare spots on the whole property, other than the garden spot, which is too much of a slope for the trampoline. So we're gonna get this thing up. We'll block this side up a little bit, and the girls could start having some fun. You get anywhere?
I keep making these weird, like, snorting sounds in my inner ear and stuff because I'm sucking too hard. I'm like, what is that sound? But I can hear water gurgling. We're getting there, but getting that siphon going is kind of like, it hurts behind your ears when you try to suck really hard. It's like a really big straw. You hear? I guess you folks in YouTube land probably can't hear that. All right, ready? Getting there. We got the siphon working. This is the first of our sediment filters. Sometimes little bits of willow give off these little pods, and sometimes the pods will float on top. Other sorts of dirt and stuff will sink to the bottom. So it's a perfect mix where this hose shoots out the middle and very few things are in the middle. It either sinks to the bottom or floats on top. So we come up here several times a year and clean it out. So anyways, long way to go before we get to the lodge, but this is a start with the very first sediment box here. So a quick installation update for our solar panel supports. We've got some Quickcrete, which has a quicker setup time, which is nice. But we also have some old concrete mixture laying around that we wanted to use up. That's just going to take longer to cure and takes a little more water. Some people don't use any water when using Quickcrete. They just let the moisture from the ground soak into it, which we've heard works pretty well. We're still going to add a little bit of water. But yeah, we don't have the spring line hooked up yet. Kind of bit us in the butt a little bit and froze up last night when we were hopeful that it was going to start flowing downhill. So we've got milk jugs full of water and a 5-gallon bucket because we don't want to get our wheelbarrow up here, and we don't have a cement mixer. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I forgot that we did have a concrete mixer. We call him Joe, and there he is. Getting the slurry going in that bucket. Gonna pour the first one here, and no one's here to hold the camera, so we'll come back a little later. Okay, that looks pretty good. Gotta put another bag in that hole. Alright guys, it's Friday, and since we put videos out on Sunday and we have no backlogged footage, I gotta get this video out soon. So I was gonna go up by the new concrete pilings that we poured. I don't know if they're called pilings. Big old pressure treat sticks sticking out of the ground like big old toothpicks. Anyways, I was gonna do that, but first, gotta shovel some snow off the deck. Yes, it is May 12th. And got a little snow flurry last night, so I'm gonna shovel that, and then we'll head up the hill. There we go. He didn't even want to wait for the ash to melt it down to bare ground. He got so excited he just started digging, and he pinned these ready mix concrete bags around it to try and keep a little bit of the snow off of it, and I think it helped. We'll see how well they line up here when we come like this. There we go. Pretty maids all in a row. So we've got the robins back, the golden crown sparrows are back, the Wilson snipe is back. All the migratory birds are coming back. It's pretty cool. It's mid-May, so they're right on schedule. But last night's snowstorm probably kind of ticked them off a little bit. Probably wondering, what the heck am I doing here? If you follow our other Facebook page, Caribou Lodge, Alaska, Joe posted a picture of a golden crown sparrow. There was a really great shot with Mount Foraker in the background. Yeah, we're excited that the birds are chirping and waking us up in the morning. But it sure doesn't feel like spring out here. The spring line, speaking of spring line, we're hoping to get that hooked up soon. But when Joe and I left the pipe laying out all winter, hoping that it had drained well enough, I don't think it did. I think we took for granted how many times we needed to drain that, or maybe even take the air compressor and blow the water out of it before we winterized it. It's not looking great. The previous owner told us that's what he used to do, just drain it and leave it. But I think we underestimated how much water would kind of pile up in the low spots and leave us with a bunch of ice dams. So we're in water preservation mode right now, simply because we do not want to go back out on the lake to get more water. So we're hoping that the spring line is operational here in the next couple days, but we'll see what happens. And that's it. I'm going to wrap up this video, and thank you guys for watching. Check out some more of our other videos if you're new around here. I'll post maybe a couple links above my head and in the description below, and we'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.
Bramante Brothers.
Don't lick the dog. Don't lick the dog.